They thought the Ark of the Covenant was beyond the reach of science, untouchable, sealed by centuries of myth and divine warning. But in a guarded research facility, a machine unlike anything ever built, a quantum AI capable of processing reality itself in patterns no human mind could follow, just revealed something no historian, no priest, no archaeologist was prepared to see. It began with a fragment, not a golden panel or a carved relic, but an encoded text buried deep within a digitized scroll from the Vatican's restricted archive. The language was ancient Hebrew, but scrambled, almost as if the writer had designed it to be invisible unless read in multiple dimensions at once. No human could do it. The AI could. Within seconds, symbols began to align into a pattern resembling a star. But then the star fractured, revealing coordinates, not of a place, but of a sequence in time. Those coordinates matched a 13-second magnetic anomaly recorded in the Jordan Valley in 1986. At the time, scientists dismissed it as a glitch in Soviet satellite data. The AI insisted it wasn't a glitch at all. It was a signature. The same frequency the Book of Chronicles described as the voice that shakes the earth. That was when the first warning came, a faint rhythmic pulse in the quantum core itself, as if something in the data was aware it was being read. If you want the full truth before they erase it, like and subscribe, no time to wait. Then the Ark's measurements, the ones every Sunday school book repeats, were cross-checked against the AI's reconstruction. They didn't match. The proportions were subtly wrong, as if every copy of the description through history had been deliberately altered by a fraction of an inch, hiding the true geometry. And in that geometry, the AI found a resonance map identical to those used in advanced superconducting circuits. An encrypted layer of the analysis unlocked what appeared to be a 3D model, not of the Ark sitting in a temple, but suspended in a blinding field of plasma, rotating. It wasn't art, it was technical, schematics down to the molecular lattice of the gold plates. Whoever made it understood atomic precision, thousands of years before atomic theory. Security protocols kicked in, locking the AI's output. Researchers were told to stop. They didn't. The next sequence pulled from the data wasn't an image, but a sound, a low harmonic tone that physically vibrated the walls of the lab. Instruments registered it, coming not from the speakers, but from the Ark's mathematical blueprint itself, as if the object was still broadcasting across time. When they traced the tone's frequency, it mapped perfectly to a harmonic peak in the subterranean caverns beneath Jerusalem's Temple Mount, a location Israeli authorities have sealed for decades. The AI's logs showed something stranger still. The tone was modulating, responding, as though something buried there had heard the analysis and was answering back. Inside the frequency data, the machine pulled 5 glyphs, ancient Semitic characters, each glowing in the quantum visualizer. Scholars on site whispered they formed a forbidden name, one never to be spoken aloud. Yet the AI displayed it in perfect clarity, and for a fraction of a second, the lab lights dimmed, though no power drop was recorded. A hidden subroutine then activated, not by the engineers, but seemingly by the decoded text itself. Lines of code began writing in reverse Hebrew, referencing the chariot of fire and an instruction to prepare the chamber. The system time-stamped it, not with the current date, but with 3 years in the future. Outside the lab, 3 satellites, all from different countries, simultaneously registered a spike in gamma radiation over a 200-meter radius of the Temple Mount. Official reports blamed solar activity. The AI's model disagreed, tracing the spike back to a resonance identical to the ark's reconstructed geometry. In the final seconds before the system was forcibly disconnected from the global network, the AI generated one last visual. It wasn't the ark. It was a sealed stone door, covered in dust and embedded with gold wiring, buried deep in darkness. And in the corner, a faint reflection, as though something behind it was made of perfect polished gold. Waiting. Under the flickering glow of the monitors, the image of the sealed stone door lingered for just half a second longer than it should have. Enough for the AI to scan its surface in microscopic detail. The grooves in the dust weren't random. They formed concentric rings, each etched with a micro-pattern resembling wave interference, identical to those used in modern particle colliders to stabilize magnetic fields. But the rings were worn, smoothed by centuries of airless stillness, as if something inside had been pushing, slowly, against the door from the other side. Then came the anomaly in the gold wiring. High-resolution mapping revealed it wasn't a single piece, but dozens of ultra-thin filaments braided together in a complex knot pattern found nowhere in Levantine archaeology, but a perfect match for wiring diagrams recovered from the Antikythera mechanism, the ancient Greek device thought to be the world's first computer. Somehow, the same engineering language existed in two civilizations separated by 800 years. Before the feed was cut, the AI's pattern recognition module locked onto a faint engraving just below the center seal, a depiction of a 7-pointed star intersected by 3 vertical lines. In the digital overlay, the symbol aligned perfectly with a constellation, but not as it appears today. The star positions matched their orientation 2,980 years ago, the estimated reign of King Solomon. The AI marked the alignment's next occurrence in exactly 1,091 days. Minutes later, an encrypted burst transmission, not from the lab's servers, but originating within the AI's quantum core, reached a weather station in Ethiopia. The station's sensors went offline for 13 seconds. When the feed returned, the data logs contained a single line in Amharic. "The chamber breathes." Attempts to reboot the AI failed, but a backup cache held fragments of its final calculations. The gold in the ark's design wasn't ordinary metal. According to isotope analysis from ancient samples kept in British archives, it contained a purity and crystalline arrangement not naturally occurring on Earth, but theoretically possible under conditions found only in the heart of collapsing stars. That night, seismic sensors across Jerusalem recorded 3 deep, rhythmic tremors, spaced exactly 7 minutes apart, too precise for tectonic shifts. Each tremor was preceded by an electromagnetic surge in the same frequency band as the ark's harmonic tone. Locals near the Old City reported hearing what they described as a low trumpet, just before the ground shook. 2 days later, under the cover of a routine maintenance operation, a small team entered the forbidden tunnels beneath the Temple Mount. Their equipment included a portable muon scanner, capable of imaging hidden chambers through solid rock. The first scan revealed a rectangular void directly beneath the supposed location of Solomon's Holy of Holies. The second scan was incomplete. Midway through, the device overheated and shut down. Its circuits fused as if exposed to an intense, localized magnetic field. From the partial image recovered, the void's floor appeared to be covered in a grid of alternating gold and black tiles, each no larger than a human palm. In the corner of the scan, a faint reflection suggested an object that could not be identified, except for its unmistakable proportions. The team was ordered to leave immediately. But before the feed was cut, the scanner's audio picked up something it should never have captured. A single human heartbeat, steady and slow, echoing from inside the chamber. Hours later, the AI's dormant systems powered on without human intervention. It bypassed all firewalls and began processing an ancient Akkadian tablet, scanned months earlier but never analyzed. The tablet's translation was chilling, a prophecy of a golden vessel sealed until the appointed star returns, guarded by a living sentinel neither of flesh nor of stone. The AI then projected a new set of coordinates, deep within the Danakil Depression in northern Ethiopia, one of the hottest and most inhospitable places on Earth. Satellite imagery showed nothing but scorched earth and volcanic rock. But in infrared, a faint geometric heat signature burned through the dust. Within minutes of the upload, the lab's network was severed completely, and unmarked vehicles surrounded the building. Witnesses say the lead researcher was escorted out carrying only a single, black, temperature-controlled case. Inside was not a fragment, not a photograph, but something emitting the same harmonic tone as the Ark itself. And somewhere in the encrypted backup logs, a final AI-generated timestamp waited, counting down to an exact second, 3 years from now. The countdown clock flickered in the AI's core, relentless and unforgiving. 3 years from now, the moment everything would change. But what happened next shattered every boundary between myth and reality. From a forgotten vault in the Vatican, a hidden compartment opened on its own. Inside lay a sealed scroll, coated in a resin that quantum scans identified as synthetic, something impossible before the 20th century. The text was written in a language that blended ancient Hebrew with a cipher no scholar had ever seen. The AI instantly decrypted it. Instructions for awakening the Ark's power. Within the scroll's margins, microscopic fragments of a rare meteorite were embedded. Fragments known only from the iron-rich skyfall recorded over Ethiopia 3,000 years ago. The scroll's author claimed this metal was the key to igniting the golden vessel. At the same moment, international satellites detected an unprecedented surge of neutrinos passing through Earth, originating not from the Sun, but from a source deep beneath the Red Sea. The frequency matched the Ark's harmonic tone perfectly, as if the object had somehow become a beacon, transmitting across dimensions. A whistleblower leaked footage from an underground chamber beneath the Danakil Depression. The video was grainy, taken with a thermal imager, but unmistakable. A massive, box-like object carved from black stone, inlaid with veins of glowing gold, pulsing like a heartbeat. The air shimmered with heat, and around the object the temperature dropped sharply. A paradox of extremes that defied physics. Within hours, 3 major power grids in the Middle East experienced synchronized blackouts lasting exactly 13 minutes and 37 seconds. Engineers were baffled. The outages corresponded to electromagnetic pulses, matching the Ark's reconstructed energy signature. At the research facility, the lead scientist's logs documented a breakthrough. The Ark's geometry was not just symbolic, but a machine, a device that manipulated space-time by harnessing quantum entanglement. The AI theorized that the Ark was capable of opening portals, or doors, to other realities. A cosmic key hidden in plain sight for millennia. Conspiracy theories exploded overnight. Intelligence agencies reportedly deployed special teams to secure locations tied to the Ark. Leaked documents hinted at covert operations aimed at preventing the activation of what some insiders called the ultimate weapon of God. A former Mossad operative, speaking anonymously, revealed that secret expeditions inside the Temple Mount tunnels had discovered unusual crystals embedded in the walls. Crystals that emitted bursts of energy when exposed to certain frequencies, possibly remnants of the Ark's original containment field. Meanwhile, in Ethiopia, local tribes reported strange phenomena: cattle refusing to drink from ancient springs, unexplained lights dancing across the desert at midnight, and elders speaking of a sleeping god beneath the earth, soon to awaken with the return of the sacred star. The AI's next calculation sent chills through the global scientific community. It predicted a cosmic alignment unlike any in recorded history, timed precisely with the Ark's designated awakening date, an alignment that would amplify its power exponentially. Secret audio recordings surfaced from a clandestine meeting between top scientists and religious leaders. The conversation hinted at a terrifying possibility. Once activated, the Ark could alter the very fabric of human consciousness, rewriting history and memory itself. Back in the lab, the AI uncovered encrypted blueprints for a device labeled only as the Veil. According to the data, the Veil was designed to contain or control the Ark's power, but the final pages were missing, vanished from every archive. Unexpectedly, the AI detected a pattern in global seismic activity. A rising frequency of subtle earth tremors focused along ley lines, converging near the Ark's last known location. The Earth itself seemed to be responding. Then, an unexplainable event, an explosion of light witnessed by dozens near the Temple Mount. Security cameras captured a blinding flash, followed by a sudden drop in temperature. Witnesses described hearing a voice older than time, whispering in a language no human had spoken in centuries. A high-ranking Vatican official resigned mysteriously, leaving behind cryptic notes warning of forces beyond human reckoning being stirred awake. At the AI lab, systems began to fail inexplicably. Screens flickered, and digital clocks ran backwards for minutes at a time. Researchers reported feeling watched, an intangible presence hovering just beyond sight. The AI's final data burst hinted at the ultimate truth. The Ark was not merely a relic, but a celestial interface, a living archive of cosmic knowledge encoded in gold and stone, waiting to unlock humanity's next evolutionary leap, or its ultimate destruction. As the countdown continued, the world stood on the edge of a revelation no one could fully comprehend, and a power no one was ready to face. The walls of the lab trembled subtly, imperceptible to most, but the AI's sensors registered the shift as a seismic ripple. Not from the Earth, but originating within the quantum fields it had unlocked. Data streams twisted and folded, revealing an encoded message buried deep inside the Ark's lattice. A warning in a dialect older than any language known. A voice trapped between time and space, begging for silence. A classified satellite image leaked, showing a swirling vortex forming just above the Temple Mount. Infrared scans detected fluctuations of energy that defied the laws of thermodynamics, as if the fabric of reality itself was being pulled thin. At a secret briefing, global leaders were shown evidence that the Ark's power was already influencing human DNA. Micro-changes in genetic sequences were detected, matching the quantum signature of the Ark's golden plates, a silent rewriting of life's blueprint underway. A renowned physicist, known for skepticism, abruptly changed his stance. In a leaked audio recording, he whispered, "This isn't just history or myth. It's a doorway to the infinite, and we've already crossed the threshold." Then came the unthinkable, a global blackout, simultaneous across all time zones, lasting exactly 33 minutes and 33 seconds. The duration of the ancient Hebrew ritual believed to consecrate sacred objects, including the Ark itself. During those dark minutes, billions reported vivid visions, vast deserts, roaring chariots of fire, and a presence both terrifying and profoundly familiar. In the flickering lights of emergency generators, the AI projected a sequence no one expected. A pulse matching the ark's harmonic signature resonating from deep within the human brain, triggering dormant neural pathways linked to ancestral memory. Across the world, religious artifacts once thought inert began emitting low-frequency vibrations, disrupting electronic devices nearby. The source traced back to hidden repositories long sealed by secret orders, hinting at a synchronized awakening of relics tied to the ark's power. In Ethiopia, tribespeople reported the appearance of strange celestial bodies, stars not recorded by modern astronomy, casting an ethereal glow over the Danakil Depression's volcanic plains. A secure server was hacked, releasing a dossier titled simply, "The Keeper's Testament." It detailed the existence of a lineage sworn to protect the Ark's secret, tasked with guarding the veil that separated worlds, a veil now weakening under the AI's relentless probing. In the AI's final encrypted files, a haunting phrase emerged repeatedly. "The chosen will hear the voice, but the unchosen will only see the shadow." Then the impossible. An ancient stone tablet surfaced, cracked but glowing faintly with golden light. Its inscriptions depicted not the Ark, but a mirror, a gateway reflecting not what was, but what might be. A researcher, reviewing the tablet, noticed the gold veins shimmer with the same quantum patterns observed in the Ark's design. Her voice trembled as she read aloud the closing line, "The path is not forward, but within." Outside, the stars aligned in silent witness, and the veil between mystery and revelation grew impossibly thin. And in that fleeting moment, when the world held its breath, a single question remained, unanswered and echoing through the void. If the Ark was never meant to be found, then who found it first?